Good evening, all of you. My name is Mannat Jagya, and in this lecture, I am going to take up William Shakespeare's popular play, The Merchant of Venice. The Merchant of Venice, as you know, is a 16th century play written by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet. He was an actor also. He used to act in his own plays. He also acted in some of the plays of Ben Jonson. And he was widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's, and he's also known as the world's greatest dramatist. He's often called as England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. Now, about The Merchant of Venice. Merchant of Venice is a 16th century play written by Shakespeare, and it is about Antonio. Antonio is a First, I'll tell you the characters because you can prepare a character sketch in your mind and then you can listen to the audio. The important characters or the main characters in The Merchant of Venice are Antonio, Shylock, Bassanio, and Portia. Antonio, Shylock, Bassanio, and Portia. These are the main characters in The Merchant of Venice, and among these, Antonio is a well-respected businessman of Venice. Now, Antonio, a leading merchant of Venice, is a wealthy, respected, and a very popular man. Among his family friends is a young man named Bassanio who owes Antonio a good deal of money. Now, Bassanio wants to pay to his friend all the money that he owes to Antonio, but he is not able to do so. So, this is the main shift, or this is the main plot of the play Merchant of Venice, because Bassanio wants to repay his good old friend Antonio the money he has to pay him, but he's not able to do so. But however, he now feels that he should find a way, and he will again need a loan from Antonio because he again wants to take some more money from Antonio. So Bassanio tells Antonio that I've fallen in love with a beautiful woman called Portia. She is young and wealthy, and Bassanio feels very sure that he can win her hand in marriage, but he cannot go courting without money. So if he is to make a good impression, he has to appear at least as well off as her other wealthy suitors, because Portia is having many suitors. So in order to appear well off, he will need some more money from Antonio. So Antonio tells him that he will be gladly lending him the amount of money he needs to Bassanio to woo Portia, but at the present time he himself is short of cash because all of his money is tied up in his merchant ships, and that is why the name of the play is Merchant of Venice, because Antonio is that merchant of Venice. So Antonio tells Bassanio that I would have given you money, but I myself am short of cash, and my merchant ships are still at the sea that I'm expecting, but I will not disappoint you. He knows, Bassanio also knows that my friend is not going to disappoint me. He knows of another money lender who will probably lend him the necessary amount, and Bassanio can use Antonio's good name as security for the loan. So we see that Antonio is not able to give the money to Bassanio, and hence Antonio is telling him that I will not disappoint you, so I am giving you another name of another money lender, and he'll give you the amount. So Bassanio thinks that I'll use the good name of Antonio and take the amount I need from that particular money lender his friend Antonio is suggesting him. So this is the main aspect of the story, and the money lender is a very important character in this play, and the name of the money lender is Shylock. Shylock is a very rich Jewish money lender, and this person Shylock hates Antonio, but he has agreed to lend Bassanio the 3,000 ducats. This is a very important point you should remember for a net set point of view. So Shylock is ready to give a certain amount of 3,000 ducats for 3 months to Bassanio on Antonio's bond. But Shylock demands that instead, that if the day for payment falls due and the money is not returned, he will have to cut off 1 pound of flesh from Antonio's body. So this is the deal that they make. Shylock says that if you are not able to repay me 3,000 ducats after 3 months, then you will have to give me 1 pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Now, I already told you that Shylock used to hate Antonio. And Antonio also agrees this because all of his ships are due back in Venice a full month before the bond falls due. Like in 2 months, Antonio will be getting all the money. So Antonio does this for his friend Bassanio. Antonio asks money from Shylock. Shylock hates Antonio, but still Shylock is ready to give him the money on Antonio's bond, and Antonio also agrees to the demand that if I don't pay you in 3 months, then I'll cut the pound of flesh from my body and give it to you. So this is the deal that is signed between Antonio, Bassanio and Shylock. So this is the most important part of this play. The play is very long, but you should concentrate on this part, and also the characters of this play are extremely important. You should know the character of Antonio well, that he's a wealthy Venetian merchant who occasionally lends money but never charges interest. Since his main source of income is from his merchant ships, he is the merchant of the play's title. Then about Bassanio, I'll tell you, Bassanio is a typical Elizabethan lover and nobleman who is careless with his money. He spends all the money that he has all the time. Hence, he has to borrow from Antonio so that he can woo Portia in some style. And who is Portia now? Portia is one of the Shakespeare's most intelligent and witty heroines. She's famous for her beauty, for her wealth, and she's deeply anguished that she must marry only the man who chooses the single casket of 3 which contains her portrait. So there are some conditions to marry Portia, so she is disgusted with that particular point. Now Shylock. Shylock is an intelligent businessman who believes that since he is a money lender, charging interest is right. So we see that even Antonio gives money to people, lends money, but he does not charge interest. But Shylock charges interest, and he makes a good businessman in that sense. So these are some of the important characters that you should know in the play, The Merchant of Venice. There are several other things that you should take into consideration, the themes. The most important theme of Merchant of Venice is reality and idealism, because the Merchant of Venice is structured partly on the contrast between idealistic and realistic opinions about society and relationships. On the one hand, the play tells us that love is more important than money. Mercy is preferable to revenge, and love lasts forever. But on the other hand, you will see more cynical voices tell us that money rules the world, mercy alone can't govern our lives, and love can evaporate after marriage. Then another theme, you can say that mercy is also an important theme in Merchant of Venice. Between religious tolerance and personal revenge, the play seems without any merciful beings, but still you can see some people having mercy on each other. Prejudice is also a very important theme. You will certainly see in Act 3 a lot of prejudices happen. There is another character, Launcelot Gobbo, that is important. So you will see that Shakespeare is deliberately making fun of Christian attitudes towards the Jews also. So prejudices will also be seen in the text of Merchant of Venice. So these are some of the important points that you should know about Merchant of Venice. Thank you.